Hi YouTube. This is our initial review of our brand new hardtop tent. It's the Freespirit Recreation Evolution Series. This is the 55-inch wide. This is the widest one they make. We ordered it back in August but took delivery late in September. We want to get a chance to try it here in the Vancouver area before winter set in. It's got a aluminum exterior, so it's got T-slots on the side that attach the ladder, hinges, and accessories. It's got their tri-layer fabric, and I can attest that last night it was at least 4 degrees warmer inside the tent than the ambient air temperature outside. It seems to be quite water resilient, although we haven't tried it yet in the rain. It's very quick to set up and take down. It takes about a minute and a half. We previously had a Smitty built clamshell that we really liked, the soft top, and we used it for the past 3 years. We wanted something that was a little faster to set up and tear down. We want to do a little bit more adventure travel where we're packing up and moving each day. The tent has a very robust expandable ladder. Again, it's up and down quickly. It's got good zippers. All in all, we're very happy with this tent.
Hi YouTube, welcome to Marthaler's Misadventures, showcasing Canada's West Coast lifestyle, camping, off-roading, parks, and best of all, friends. Thank you for joining us.
Here you can see the tent's been mounted up on top of our 2019 Jeep Wrangler. We're using the Rhino rack system that has a internal skeleton that fits inside of the fiberglass shell. For the back 2 mounts, and the front one actually extends down and connects onto the sport bar or roll bar system. Here you can see the extruded aluminum, the hinges, all attached via T-nuts. Very nice fabric on the outside, and at the top you can see that's a layer of aluminum. On the side you can see the struts that are used for opening and closing, and it looks like it's got a couple of bumpers on the end here that I think will come in handy when it comes time to store it for the year. From Freespirit, they have these quick on-off nuts that can be attached by hand. Just for safety's sake, I went and ordered some of these conical nuts that require a special tool to hold it, just to make sure it doesn't disappear in the middle of the night. You can see it's got aluminum rails here that are adjustable front and rear to pretty much any size rack. On the bottom, they've got an expanded foam bottom sitting on these slats, much like a modern bed. Very comfortable, and a 2.5-inch mattress on top. Here you can see is the expandable ladder, and recently they added these catches that allow it to clip onto the outside. And here we have a shoe bag. There's actually 2 of them. They're the ones rolled up for storing your shoes at nighttime. There's a large window that opens on the front and on the back, and on the sides has a very large opening window, and of course the door on the front side. Here you can see there's a strap that's connected to the top that helps with closing. Just reach up, grab that strap, pull down, and it collapses. Earlier versions of this tent used a combination of these cam buckles and rubber straps. They've now moved to using just the cam buckles, and there's 8 of them around the tent. On the front here you can see that there is a little vent window here with a little standoff that opens it up to make sure you've got proper ventilation. Here is the front view, and you can see that they've added rubber molding here that seals between the bottom half, this middle hinge bar, and on the hinge bar to the top of the roof. So it should create a very sound water seal. We've had rain the past week at home. It's been parked outside and she stayed completely dry. Here on the inside, you can see that when the windows open, you have a beautiful view of the outdoors. Up at the top, that little white piece going across is actually an embedded LED, and all we need is a power supply plugged in last night, lights the tent up beautifully. Here you can see the foot of the unit, and you can see some daylight coming through, but it's pretty dark material. And up on the ceiling, they include this little hatch so that you can open it up, and it has bug mesh on the top, but allows for air to ventilate out between the fabric and the aluminum panel. Guess that'll come in handy when it gets a bit warmer. Here you can see that the mattress is a full 55 inches wide, which is the same as the Smittyville tent we previously had. Here you can see the thickness of the mattress, and I've just measured it, and it's a full 2.5 inches thick. And below that is this extruded poly that is probably another 2 inches thick, and that's actually the bottom of the tent, and then below that is the slats. One of the questions I had was, how does it deal with rain runoff? But I don't know if you can see here, but there is actually space between the side of the material, and water would free flow through this should rain fall while it's set up. I'm not sure where this tent is actually manufactured, although since there are 2 or 3 other manufacturers or distributor lines that seem to have a very similar unit, I imagine it's coming from China. The distributor is, as I mentioned earlier, is Freespirit Recreation, gofsr.com, out of Oregon, and I think they have locations in Colorado. We bought from a Canadian distributor. It's Epic Adventure Outfitters. Really good people to work with. It's the first time that I've made a purchase through them. Great communications. They were very helpful. Got me a quote quickly, and then placed the order. And I think it was 3 weeks from the time we placed the order until it arrived, which was pretty much what we expected. Again, first time I'm working with them. Pretty happy with the experience. At some later point, I'll do some reviews of the various different companies I've bought products from here in the Vancouver, BC area. When we selected this tent, we went looking at all of the various hard shell tents that were currently available. There were what I call the hamburger style that goes straight up and down. Magellina, James Burrowed are a couple of good examples, and the Magellina is Autohome. Some of the lesser expensive ones, Smittyville has a pop-up. One is something that had a durable exterior. So this one here, I wanted fiberglass or aluminum, not the plastic. Most are plastic. The Autohome is a fiberglass shell, much like a boat. Alumacab, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, is aluminum, as is this one here. The other feature that we were quite interested in is, of course, legroom. We travel with a small poodle, and he typically likes to sleep at our feet. We want to make sure we had room for him. And then the last issue was we got very accustomed to having a little bit of coverage over top of the ladder if we're needing to get out in the middle of the night in the rain. And this one has this trapezoidal shape. You'll see that it leans forward a bit, which provides some coverage over top of the ladder. You can see that the front lip overhangs the ladder. I haven't measured it, but I read somebody else mentioned about 18 inches. That'll just give us a little more chance if we need to get up and down the ladder in the rain without getting soaked. That's always unpleasant. And because of the T-channels on the outside, I'm contemplating for next season building some kind of little extension or awning that we can hang off the front, add it when needed, and provide even a bit more coverage for those middle of the night excursions up and down the ladder. With our old Smittyville tent, it would take an average of 25 minutes to shut it down. And that included all of the straps, folding it in, getting the awnings, the stays for the awnings tucked away, and then throwing the rain cover back on. So this one's quite a bit faster. Okay, all I have left to do is to put the ladder away, and that was 2 minutes and 50 seconds. And definitely having the bedding inside adding a little bit of additional time to shutting it down. If you found today's video, let's say remotely entertaining or marginally educational, then go ahead and please subscribe. Thank you for visiting Marthaller's Misadventures.